Welcome to Soundcheck with Pastor Isaac. This is episode number 180, and today we're talking about strength.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about our own personal strength. So if you think we're talking about that, you're already in the wrong spot. So you got to stay tuned to see what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. Let somebody know we're here. Let somebody know Soundcheck is on. Let them hit that share button. Send it to somebody. Let them know Josh is back in the house. He's back again.
Let them know if you're sick of me. Let us know.
3 weeks in a row. Maybe it'll be 4 weeks. We'll see. But
we'll see.
I'm glad that he's here. I'm glad he had the opportunity to take some time off so I could come by and interview him and just talk to him and hang out a little bit. I'm glad to be here.
I appreciate it. And so we tried something last week. I had a secret phrase I said during the video. I think it went well last time. We're going to try it again this time, see how it goes. So I need y'all to pay attention. I'm going to let y'all know the secret phrase, and when y'all hear it, I need you to type it in the comments so we know y'all paying attention. You're just not having it playing in the background. You actually locked into what we're talking about today. It's important stuff.
All right, now, if you're driving your car, type it in later.
Yeah, please do. Please be safe.
Yeah, or you might have him pull you over and say, "Why were you swerving, sir?" All right, so today we're talking about episode 180?
180.
Yeah, 180. I'm turning it all around. 180. We're talking about strength. All right, so talk about that, Josh. What's God putting on your heart today?
So a few weeks back, there was this super epic fight. For those who don't know, a lot of people don't know this. I'm kind of a fight fan. I'm a fight buff.
Canelo, you talking about like professional fights?
Right. Boxing, UFC, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Fight of the year. I know a lot of people. I know Canelo versus Crawford was an amazing fight, and the build up going to it really just kind of it was very inspiring to me.
Okay.
Basically, just to give you the cliff notes, Canelo, he was he was the guy. He was the GOAT. He was the man to beat of this era.
Okay.
And Terrence Bud Crawford, on a lot of people's list, he's the pound for pound greatest fighter. But throughout his entire career, he's constantly looked down upon. People always, despite his performances, are constantly belittling him. Oh, he didn't really fight anybody. Oh, he fought him too late. There's always an excuse. There's always a reason why he's good, but he's not that good. And every time he fights somebody, it's like the people always go, oh, he's too small for this guy. He's too weak for this guy. And it was the same thing with Canelo. And I'm not going to lie, I definitely saw the point, because basically there's weight classes in boxing.
Okay.
And Bud was jumping up 2 different weight classes, so significant weight.
Higher than himself
to fight arguably the greatest boxer in the era right now.
Okay.
This hasn't been done before. This is uncharted territory. So the smart thing is you're crazy for doing this.
Right.
You're and so you're good.
Because your career is on the line when you're doing something like that.
And once again, throughout his career, everyone acknowledges he's talented. He's a good boxer. He's a great fighter. But once again, he's too small. He's not gonna be able to handle the power. His power is not gonna carry up. His speed's gonna carry up with his weight. And so this has been going on for months, and people just constantly being like, "This guy's not gonna do it. Canelo's gonna walk all over him." And I was sitting there, like I said, I'm a big Bud fan. I'm a little biased, I'm not gonna lie, but I had this, like I said, I think he can do it. And I went back and watched their fights. I watched their latest fights, and I saw it. I'm like, I think he's got it. And everybody that I knew that talked about it was just like, there's no way he's gonna do it. And once again, on paper, I even acknowledged it. I was like, on paper, yes, he doesn't do it. And once again, just to not talk about boxing for the entire thing, on that night, he proved to the world that he was the best. He beat Canelo, and it wasn't even close. He beat him soundly. He put on a clinic. And
so this was like a David and Goliath kind of thing?
Absolutely, where it was just like outside looking in, everyone's like, there's no way this man is winning. And throughout the entire time, he was like, I believe I can do it. He said, I'm trusting, and he's a man of faith. He's like, I'm trusting that, this is God's plan. I'm just seeing it through. Okay. And he said that all the way up through there, and he proved it. And I was just like, man, and it was just such a big inspiration to me, because it was just showing it's like our walks in lives in faith, where it's like you look on the outside of somebody, you go, oh man, they can't make it through this thing. They see your situation. They see the hardships you're going through, and they're like, "There's no way they're going to be able to deal with that." It's not up to us. It's God. We just have to. But like Bud said, it's God's plan. I'm just walking it through. We just have to walk it through. You know what I mean? So it's like a lot of times outside looking in, you'll hear the naysayers constantly going, "You're too weak. You're too small. You're too old. You can't do it. You're not good enough." And it's like, you can't let your faith falter. You can't, because our strength is not within ourselves. It comes from God.
Right.
You know, so it's like a lot of times they look at just on paper, oh yeah, he has these things going against him. You can't look at the stuff on paper. It's the stuff that God says that you are, the stuff that God says that you can do. Right. So like I said, that fight just really just kind of like inspired me. And as you see, I'm still excited about it all this time later. But, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, I didn't watch the fight.
And you had to be up to like 1 a.m. to watch it, but it was worth it. Anybody who's a fight fan will tell you it was worth it.
I like what Josh said. He said some people feel like they're too weak, they're too small, they're too old, and so God can use anybody. If you look in your word in the Old Testament, New Testament, you got people of many different ages. You have people of many different statutes. Look at Zacchaeus, a little tiny guy.
Right.
Zacchaeus, you come down. So you have many people. So you can't really talk about your body strength, and you can't talk about your wisdom in your mind. None of these things matter.
Right.
When you have God on your side, that's what really matters. It doesn't matter with our own strength. It's not by might, it's not by power, but it's by your spirit.
Absolutely. And another thing that I think a lot of people didn't count on when it comes to any kind of sport, any kind of thing, of course the physical aspect is important, but it's the mental part of it too. It's the spirit too, that drive that makes you want to, that competitiveness that wants you to win, that will to win. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of times people you can't see that. That's not something that you can just put your eyes on and go, oh, okay, this person has that drive. And I take that with like one person that I have a lot of respect for. I loved her while she was here, Elder Booker. Like I said, I know that sounds that sounds like well, where are you going with this? Like anyone who knew Elder Booker, she was like she was hilarious. First of all, she was a funny lady, and she was one of the hardest working people all the time.
Certainly,
but the strength that she had was you never knew. She never, from my observation, had a bad day. I'm sure she did have bad days. I'm sure she had struggles like everybody else. She never showed it. Ever. She was always looking out for everybody else. She was always sitting there trying to see what she could do to further the kingdom of God. Right. That's true strength to me, where I'm like, she was a pillar of our community. She's greatly missed, but like I said, she's somebody that I like. I said, people go like Elder, but she's like the perfect example of someone where it's like you look and go, oh well, no, she was truly strong.
I'm glad you mentioned her. That's somebody that I really miss too. In fact, the very first person to ever give to Soundcheck with Pastor Isaac was Gloria Booker. The very first person.
Wow,
and she was like, what can I do to help this to get going? Because this was when I was first starting out, and I was telling her what it would cost and everything, and she paid for the first 2 months.
Wow.
I'm like, wow.
That's awesome.
Yep. And then when she passed, I was like, oh, my first person that ever gave.
Yeah.
But, God didn't forget her gift, and God didn't forget her love. In fact, I'll tell you who Gloria Booker was. She was one of our elders at our church's wife. She was a minister at the church. And she was also in a whole bunch of different departments because she wanted to give her time. She wanted to give her gifts, her talents. But she would also, I must say this, and some people may laugh at it, but the deacons would sometimes be upset with her because she would be the last person to leave because she got to get this done. Yeah. This has to be cleaned up, and that has to be done. Oh, it's got to be right. And she was so much for our apostle and for our pastor, Pastor Gary, Apostle Foreman, Apostle Steve Foreman. She was in their corner, always doing what she could. And so that showed a different strength.
Absolutely.
Nobody could see the strength that she had in her body because her body wasn't strong, but in her spirit, she had a strong spirit, always willing to do stuff beyond herself.
And that's one thing that's I love about our church is that we're, like I said, we're filled with people like that just have that inner strength, that will to just like do great things. They're sitting there showing up just whenever there's a need, just filling in that gap and just like helping us elevate and do bigger things. Like I said, well, Minister, because like she was like the first one that kind of like came to mind of just like that quiet strength. Like she won't quiet, but it was like that strength where it's like you don't notice it. It's like until you really pay attention, you go like, wow, like that's really powerful. Like not too many people can do what she does.
Right.
But there's countless people in the church that are like that. They're like, it's not going to be ALCC without them. So like I said, it's too many of y'all to name, but thank y'all. You are noticed. I do appreciate y'all for your efforts.
Oh yeah, God has a gifting in each one of us, and if we use it to His glory, it's going to be noticed, not just by people, but God sees your efforts. But if you don't use it, He notices that too, and that's when He says, "You lazy and wicked servant." We don't want to hear God say that. You want to use your strength that God has put on the inside of you. Not just for your family, not just so you can go out and get some money because He gives us power to get wealth, but you also want to use it so that the kingdom can advance. He told us to do what? Make disciples. That takes effort. That takes your strength and your ability to go out every day and go beyond yourselves a lot of times so other people can hear the gospel from your lips. Because they don't know me, but they know you.
Absolutely. One thing you touched on that I think is so important is that sometimes there are people who have lots of strength. They're not putting it to any kind of use. They're not doing it. They're just kind of, I don't really want to. I just kind of want to just sit back and just kind of enjoy the service. I just kind of want to just sit in the background. Don't get me wrong. I feel that a lot of times too. Like I said, I feel that pull. So I just want to just ease back. But it's like you're doing yourself a disservice, and you don't know who you could be impacting, who needs that strength, who needs that impact from you to be able to, you might change their life. You never know. So I think that's one thing that's really big where it's like, and I get it. You know, you have a job outside of here. You got, kids. You have just all kinds of other drama and everything like that. But it's like, just don't forget. It doesn't have to be something major. Like I said, Mr. Booker, like I said, it never was something big and extravagant. You have to, but like I said, she was just always there. If there was a need, she was there.
Right.
Sometimes all you have to do is just be there. Just be ready. Just be, hey, they call you, hey, can you stand right here to be to be the deacon? Okay, yeah, sure. Just be there, be available, be present.
I like that. And a lot of times we have to realize that if you see it, it's probably because you're the one supposed to be handling the situation. If you see the problem, fix the problem. Absolutely. And that's not just a thing where you see paper on the floor and you pick it up. If you see somebody needing some help in their spirit, minister to them.
Absolutely.
It's your job because you saw it. Don't call the pastor and say, "Pastor, we need you to come and do this," or call the deacon or call the ministers. It's your job. God made you the person to reconcile that thing and to fix it.
Right. It's kind of like going back, let's say, I don't know if y'all remember 2 weeks ago, but, faith without works. A lot of times, like I said, a lot of times we kind of have that bystander mentality of someone should do something. You might be that person to do something, to do it. Like you said, if you see it, that might be your sign of you should go. I know we're going short, and I said I was going to have a secret phrase. Last week was more. It was the rapture drill. Remember, this week is going to be.
Oh, hallelujah!
Shout out to my daughter Yara. She is part of the New Kent Falcon cheerleaders. So if you put "Go Falcons" in the comments, we know you made it this far in the video. So thank you. Shout out to Yara.
So if we don't see "Go Falcons" with your little signature behind it, we know you didn't watch the whole thing.
You didn't watch it all the way through.
And so, by the way, since you're doing that, go ahead and hit that share button too. Use your strength in your finger to push that share button and let the gospel go further than your house right there.
I love it.
Josh, thank you for being on.
Thank you for
This
having
is
me
his
again.
third week. I appreciate him doing it. I thank God, and I thank the God that's in you for making you the man who you are.
Likewise.
And you are a tremendous man in the kingdom, and I thank you for coming on Soundcheck. We'll look forward to seeing you again.
I can't wait to be back. Appreciate you.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you. Hey, y'all have a good one.
Bye.